And if you're just joining us, we're asking folks to go ahead and drop their name in the chat and also the company that they represent as well, if you want to take a minute to add that in the chat.
All right, we've had a few more people join, but we definitely want to be mindful of everyone's time. Hopefully some more folks will join us, but Lloyd, if you want to go ahead and get started.
Absolutely. Well, welcome everyone. We're really excited that you're all here to join us to learn about Pacific and our department and what we have to offer to all our employers. We see some familiar faces and some new faces. So we're really, again, excited to have you all here and to go over what we can offer and how we can work with you. So we're going to go through some facts and information about Pacific and the university, and we're going to introduce you to both sides of our employer office and student advising team. And we're going to highlight ways to engage with one another and what we can provide you in terms of services, reaching out to students, how to engage with students. And we're going to go over also upcoming events, including our career fair, which is on October 7th, which is virtual. So I'd just like to introduce the team. Our director, associate VP is not with us today, but we have Deb Crane, who's director for campus career partnerships and head of our student advising team. I'm Lloyd Baskin. I head our employer engagement team. Michelle Arcos, who's an assistant director on our employer engagement team. And Alyssa Dizelle, who is our employer satisfaction and event coordinator. And I just wanted to let you know that for each company, one of the employer engagement assistants or myself are assigned to specific industries. So each of you will be getting a specific connection with one of us on our team to help you and all of your efforts to hire our students. We are also in need of one assistant director who's not with us yet. Our former assistant director just moved to South Carolina, and so we're looking to hire a new person to fill her position. But let's get started and talk about the university for a bit.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle Arcos. As Lloyd mentioned, I am the Assistant Director for Corporate and Employer Engagement. And I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Pacific, our history, our programs, our demographics, and why you should choose Pacific to recruit with us. So we like to say, as you can see in this photo and some of our virtual backgrounds, we have a lot of history with Pacific. So we are the oldest chartered university in California. We've been around for 170 years, and our campuses are beautiful. So if you've been fortunate to visit, we're located on the Stockton campus. We like to say we are a New England campus in the heart of Northern California. So hopefully you can visit us soon. We'd love to have you on campus to engage with our students and see the beautiful place we get to work at. So the next slide, I'll go a little bit more into our other areas. So as I mentioned, we are on the Stockton campus, but we have 3 campuses in Northern California. So we are located in some of the most diverse and dynamic regions. Stockton most recently was named the most diverse city in California, or in actually, I believe, the US. So as I mentioned, our office, the team on the call today is located on our Stockton campus. We primarily serve our undergraduate students, but we also have a campus in Sacramento that has a lot of our graduate programs and our law school. And our San Francisco campus has our Dugoni School of Dentistry and some other graduate programs. So yeah, we have a lot of different areas that we focus in, and we're located in these 3 campuses. And with that, we have a total of 10 colleges that we house with Pacific. So like I mentioned, our San Francisco campus has our Arthur Dugoni School of Dentistry. Our Bennard College has more of our education programs. We have some leadership programs in there as well, continuing education. Our College of the Pacific is our oldest college. We used to be called the College of the Pacific before we were University of the Pacific, and that houses all of our liberal arts programs. Our Conservatory of Music, fun fact, we were the first Conservatory of Music as well, I believe in California, and our McGeorge School of Law is in our Sacramento campus. It also houses our public policy programs. It looks like Chad, who is an alum, says first west of the Mississippi as our conservatory. Thanks for keeping me in check, Chad. And then we also have our School of Engineering and Computer Science, which also has a co-op program housed in it as well. Our School of Business, our graduate school, we have a new School of Health Sciences. Some new programs include a Master's in Social Work. I believe we have a Master's in Nursing. It also houses our Occupational Therapy program. And then our Stockton campus has our Thomas J. Long School of Pharmacy. So just a little bit of the different programs and majors that we offer with Pacific. And then the next slide is a little breakdown of our demographics. So like I mentioned, we have 3 diverse campuses. So this is a breakdown of our students' ethnicity. As you can see, we have a large population of Asian Pacific Islander, as well as Hispanic. And you can see the other breakdown of students there. So if diversity and inclusion, hopefully as part of your recruiting initiatives, Pacific is a great place to start to recruit our diverse students. You can see here, university-wide enrollment, we have about 3,500 undergraduate, 1,600 professional, and then the rest, I'm not sure what that other number is, but that's a breakdown of our students. So a small private school, definitely. And as I mentioned, Stockton is our main campus. So we have about 4,600 students housed at our Stockton campus, primarily our undergraduate, and then our other 2 professional schools, San Francisco and Sacramento, have about a little bit less than 1,000 students there. And then just some other fast facts that we like to mention. Top 2% of our alumni are in the nationally top percentage of earnings as alumni. Number 9 in social mobility among private universities. Our student and faculty ratio is 14:1, and our average class sizes are 23. So our faculty really get to know our students here, given the small class sizes, really community feel with Pacific, and our alumni move on to do great things in their community with their careers as well. So that's a little bit about Pacific.
And with that, just a bit about our department. We are structured in 2 areas. One is the employer engagement team, which is hosting this call. And the other is our student advising team, which is really the student interface between our department and the student body. And we have thousands of student appointments each year, which Deb will talk about shortly. But we also have a marketing person on our team, which we're also looking to fill, who will hopefully come on board in a couple of weeks. And we also have just general administrative support, who will serve as a gateway to anyone on our team as well. But the employer engagement team is really focused on building relationships, creating new relationships, and maintaining existing relationships with our wonderful group of employers who choose to hire our students. And our side works together on a lot of the different engagement activities, which we'll be going over shortly. I think Deb has a lot to share with you, or at least a little to share with you about her side of the department.
Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for taking the time to meet with us this morning. As Lloyd said, I'm Deb Crane, and I'm the Director for Campus Career Partnerships. So on the previous slide, you saw our Assistant Director, Daniel Shaw. Bailey Gutierrez is our Associate Director, and she has a focus on first and second year students. And then we do have one career advising position open right now, but I have the privilege of working with the career advising team. And how we can help employers is to get you connected with prospective students or students who might be good candidates for your opportunities, as well as connecting you with the right faculty. We do a program called Don't Cancel Class, where faculty can ask us to come into the class and do a presentation. And if there is a topic that you are feeling really comfortable about, if you wanted to send me that information, we can also start a list of employers who would be interested in presenting to faculty. So I would be happy to do that. Now, how can you help us? What we'd like to know from you is how your job search process works. What do you want to see on resumes? Are there best practices for resumes that you want for your organization? Specific interview processes. Is it more of a technical interview, behavioral interview, a combination of maybe behavioral and general interview questions? What your initiatives are around diversity, equity, and inclusion, and then whether you sponsor international students. Some of this information is really helpful to us as we try to work with our students to make them better prepared for your particular interview process. And I know our career advising team would be open to meeting with you so that we could have that conversation with you. So as we begin to advise students, we can advise them about what your particular process is like and what you like to see in resumes. Are our emails included anywhere in this presentation? Yes?
We're going to follow up with everything. So
okay, so if you're interested in either doing a presentation or meeting with the career advising team, I know they would be totally open to that, and you can just send me an email. Thank you.
Thanks, Deb. So now we're going to get into more of the employer engagement side, ways that you all as employers can engage with us, services that our team offers. But first, I am going to launch a quick poll. We would love to hear from you when you're looking to recruit with us here at Pacific this fall, whether you are looking to engage virtually, in person, both, or whether you're unsure. We are looking to take a hybrid approach to this upcoming semester and see where it takes us into the spring. So I see some results coming in. Give it another second. All right, so I'll share the results here on the screen. So it looks like both and virtually are the top two options. So I'm excited to get into this some more. And we'll open up a Q&A at the end as well. So if any questions come up while we're going through our services, feel free to drop them in the chat in the meantime. So first and foremost, we are excited to be a Handshake school. We use Handshake as our one-stop shop for all things career services. All of our students have access to it, as well as our alumni who we offer career services to for life. So if you haven't already, we invite you to sign up and connect with us on Handshake. It's a great platform, free. There are premium features that you are welcome to contact Handshake if you're interested in learning more about, but the site is free to post your opportunities, whether it be full-time, part-time, internship, volunteer, for our current Pacific students and our alumni as well. You can also host and register for events. You are welcome on Handshake to host your own event and invite our school, and from there we invite all of the students that we see your event is relevant to. And you can also join our Pacific events, such as our internship and career fairs, which we'll get into in just a bit. And lastly, you are also able to message students on your own on Handshake. You're able to search Pacific students and alumni based on majors, any specific things that you are looking for. And through Handshake's messaging feature, you are able to chat with students, invite them to connect with you on Handshake. And if virtual is the preferred method moving forward, which we definitely, we agree that virtual is here to stay, we offer Handshake as well as other technology to facilitate private, professional phone and online interviews, as well as virtual programming. And as we mentioned, our big fall and spring events that we host every year annually are all majors, internship, and career fairs. We host one in the fall, one in the spring, and we invite you to attend, connect with Pacific students and alumni from all majors who are interested in anything from internships to full-time opportunities. And as Lloyd mentioned earlier, we are hosting, hopefully you've heard, we're hosting our fall internship and career fair on Thursday, October 7th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. virtually on Handshake. And after the event, we'll share the link for you to register on Handshake.
One way to engage with us is to host an event. And whether this is virtually or in person, which we are accepting in-person events on campus, students just love this. They really enjoy hearing more details about the company, about positions, career tracks, different departments at the company. They enjoy meeting staff and alumni who work at the company. And it's just a great way to engage with students on, a fairly intimate, in a fairly intimate session. And we also have seen companies wanting to do some professional development sessions. So it doesn't have to be just about your company. If you want to, say, go over what you're looking for in a resume or talk about your DEI initiatives, all of those types of things can be held in a dedicated employer session, again, whether it's virtual or in person.
Great. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about our Meet Your Future mock interview week. So we're really proud of this event. This is a long-standing event Career Services has had for over 20 years. So this event is held every spring semester where we invite recruiters like yourselves, companies to volunteer their time to come and interview our students. So this is a mock interview. So we give you, a set of general interview questions that you ask our students, and it really helps them practice their interviewing skills. So, to get over those nerves, and when they're actually going to be, getting ready for a real interview, they have this practice from this event. So it's a really great way for you to give back to Pacific community and help our students sharpen those interview skills. but at the end of the interview, you actually go ahead and give constructive feedback on how they did. So it's really great for students to learn, what went well, what they can work on, because sometimes, you don't get that in a real interview. So it's really great for companies to come and represent their organization. And we do branding on campus. We have we set you up in a room on our campus and everything for the day. And sometimes we've actually had students get hired from this event. So sometimes there's a strong enough connection with these companies and the students where, the mock interview actually went really well, and the employer was really impressed by that student, and they invite them to actually, apply for jobs with that company, and it turns into a job opportunity. So this is a really great way to connect with students and learn their strengths, and for students to build their skills in interviewing. So be on the lookout for that spring semester. We're really proud of this event. So hopefully you can volunteer your time and participate in this.
Great. And another service that our office offers is virtual and on-campus interviews. So this is free, no charge. We invite you to come to campus to host your interviews with our students. We have 3 professional private interview rooms in our office that offer technology. So students can also use these rooms with virtual interviews becoming more popular. If they're looking for a private space on campus away from their dorm rooms, we offer these rooms year round to students, but also to you as employers. So if you're ever looking to come and interview on campus, we welcome you to schedule that with us, and our team will help with all of the logistical items, including parking, reserving rooms, and providing directions and lunch accommodations.
And one newer event that we're really proud of is our Tiger Trek. So this is something that we were doing before COVID, because it does require our students. So it's basically a field trip. We bus our students to your offices, so company headquarters, local, regional offices, anything like that, to where they get a tour of the facility. They get a presentation about your organization, and typically we do a Q&A, so you can talk about, how to get engaged with your organization, networking session, and also key staff members. So recruiters can be involved in that conversation. And we also like to get any alumni that may currently work for the company to share, how they went from Pacific to where they are now. So to talk about that journey. It's really fun. As you can see here, Netflix is one of the offices that we got to visit. It's just really cool to see, how things are being made. And so yeah, that's something that we're hoping to bring back soon in person. So if your company is willing to host something like that, we would love to get a group of our students out because they really like it. They really get to learn about the company culture. They chat with staff members, and they really like to see, the everyday working environment and how they can fit in to your organization. So hopefully we can get these started soon, or think of a way maybe to host them virtually. We're definitely open to any ideas. But if you're open to Tiger Treks, we're really excited to get these back on track.
Okay, so next, logistics and marketing for recruiting. So as we mentioned in the beginning, each company is assigned an account manager based on your industry, and this will be the person following up with you after this meeting, so you'll know who your point of contact is. But we really want to help you build your brand on our campus. So our team will work with you to handle all of the details of your recruiting events, such as info sessions or Tiger Treks that you might be looking to host. We reserve rooms on campus free of charge, and we offer extensive marketing. We'll work with you to figure out what group of students you're looking to target, working with our career advising teams, since they know the students and the faculty best, and we'll help market your events and your open positions through email, social media, and our faculty liaisons. So whether it's looking to promote your opportunities or your events that you're hosting with us.
And in addition to presentations and Tiger treks, we encourage and the students just love hearing panels from different staff employees at companies, which they could share their responsibilities for their positions and discuss the different departments they work in and how they work together for the company. A lot of times alumni participate in this. So like Michelle said, students love hearing from alumni, and there's a special connection, of course. And alumni typically really enjoy presenting to the students as well. And so these panels can offer just an extra depth of interaction with more employees and more alumni at a given company.
If you have hired a Pacific student or alumni, we want to hear about it. We are starting a new thing called Hired Tigers, where we are looking to you as employers and the help of our faculty and staff as well to report any of our Tigers who have been hired. We want to share the success stories of our current students and alumni on social media, which can also help promote your company. So again, with our follow-up items, we'll be sending out a Google form. If there are any students of ours who you've hired, we would love to hear about it.
And now we'll open it up to Q&A, and feel free to unmute yourself or type your question in the chat box. And to the extent that there aren't many questions, we'd also love to hear from you. Again, what your hiring plans are, what you're looking for in students, you know, things that you're looking for that we haven't discussed in this presentation. But let's open it up to any questions that people may have.
Hi, Lloyd. I have a question.
Yes.
So we have participated with UOP for several years. Love UOP students. My daughter's actually a Tiger as well. So we have a lot of loyalty there as a company, and then also me personally. But we haven't had as much luck with hiring alumni. So folks that are maybe into their career a bit. How often do you, or how strong of a following do you have for your alumni to actually look at the job postings that you have on your website? Could you talk a little bit more about maybe early career people versus new grads?
Right. I'll speak a little bit about this and then hand it over to Michelle. But we've been using Handshake for a little over a year now. So the adoption from alumni is, of course, much slower than the adoption for students. And we're messaging alumni to make sure they're aware of Handshake and to get them engaged and active on the platform. So I think right now, at least, you will see opportunities to engage with many more students than with alumni. But you know, I'm relatively new. I've been here on campus at least for about 6 weeks. So Michelle has been with us for 3 years, so she could provide some perspective going back a ways longer.
Yeah, definitely. So Handshake, when we made the transition, we did import, so just so you know, career services, we have, students have access to our services for life. So we tell that to all alumni when they graduate. You can always come back to our office, use our job board, meet with one of our career advisors. So our services are free for life. So we do market that, but when students graduate, they automatically get their profiles set to an alumni, and we keep students as alumni for 2 years in Handshake. So we have students back to, I believe, 2018 in the system. However, I do know Handshake kind of markets itself as the entry-level early talent career network. But we do have, like Lloyd mentioned, we do market to alumni. We do targeted marketing through the system. So if you're really looking to hire alumni, if you let us know, like you have a job posting or you're attending a career fair, you can set criteria to, you know, class level alumni. So then when we are doing targeted marketing, we're just selecting that class level group as alumni. So those folks are just getting that messaging. We also are involved with the Alumni Relations Office. So they will also do, you know, some messaging in their newsletters to alumni to remind them about Handshake, to remind them of our services and things like that. So, and of course, we do have a number of alumni that come back to meet with our career advisors. So typically our career advisors will, you know, in staff meetings or team meetings, they will say, you know, I'm working with this alum who's looking to, you know, change a career change or looking for this type of role. Then it comes back to our team to then say, oh, okay, I know of a particular role with the company. So we kind of hear from the career advisors when they're meeting with those alumni and their needs. So, you know, but if there is a really specific role that you're looking to fill, it's best to communicate with your account manager, which I actually fall under your industry. So if you ever have an opening that you say, hey, you know, I'm really wanting to get a Pacific alum, this is the job requirements, we will do specific targeted outreach just to alumni, so we can kind of get those mid-level, senior level candidates, hopefully, you know, applying. So it's something we can always work on and that we're always going to be communicating with and looking for new ideas. So yeah, Handshake is always going to be our one-stop shop, and we can definitely get more alumni on board with it. And like I said, free services. So we'll definitely mention that, you know, whenever they graduate, they know that they can always come back to us and hopefully re-engage with employers like they did when they were on campus.
Thanks, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
Well, I'm sorry, this is Roman from the county. I just wanted to echo what Jennifer was mentioning. Absolutely, you know, reaching that alumni network is critical for us, and not just at UOP, but obviously, you know, in other schools that we interface with. Having the opportunity to tap into that resource is key. So I look forward to the follow-up call from your marketing staff to see how we can better tap into that, because a lot of our positions that we'd be interested in propagating to your alumni are not entry level, right? We would need individuals with anywhere from 1 to 5 upward years of experience. So looking forward to that call. Thank you.
And then I wanted to answer a question in the chat. So the person that represents our first and second year students is Bailey Gutierrez. She is one of our career advisors. We can go ahead and include her email in the follow-up conversation as well. So if you want to reach out to her, her focus is first and second year students. All right. Well, if there's no more questions, again, we're open to you know, any feedback as far as what your plans are. I think a lot of folks said kind of a hybrid approach. You know, recruitment plans, anything like that, if you want to share. If not, we can definitely give you back some of your time. And we will be doing a follow-up email with a lot of this information, also attaching these slides for you to reference later on.
I'd be willing to share about our recruitment plans. We generally attend both of your general career fairs as well as your VIP, or not VIP, but your engineering co-op. Sorry, I was searching for the word. Your co-ops. And so we will plan to do that again. I think just so that you're aware, and I don't know if this, you know, will also resonate with other employers, but you know, we had to kind of take a step back a little bit. We weren't able to, especially with the engineering, you know, we can't do a remote engineering internship or co-op. It's really difficult. So it's more of a hands-on opportunity. And so we had to take a step back for a couple of years where we weren't taking any additional people onto our sites, due to COVID, and we wanted to really limit who we had on site for some time. And so we're looking to get back into that. Again, I don't know if this will resonate with other employers, but we were slated to actually go back to our offices early August. That got pushed back, and now we're not going back probably until October. So I don't know if other employers are, are feeling the same thing, where we're seeing this slug of being able to get back to kind of how things used to be. But I know once we are back, we would prefer to be in person with the students. It's just a much better, more engaging experience where we can really kind of, connect and tell the story of our company and all that. So I think once we go back, we 100% would rather be in person. So when I answered both, it's because I'm forced to be virtual now. But as soon as the world gets back to hopefully in-person things, we would much rather be in person with your students.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows, we are welcoming back our students on campus next Monday. So we are fully going to be in person as far as students on campus. So we're excited for that. But of course, we're offering a virtual kind of hybrid model as far as programming, because we understand, a lot of you may be working from home still, and travel restrictions, and just having large scale events like career fairs might not be the best thing right now. But as Lloyd mentioned, we do have the option to do smaller intimate events. So if you're interested in a workshop, any type, we're open to any ideas you may have to really help grow your company. We're also willing to host smaller in-person intimate events if you want to make the drive to campus as well.
Absolutely. And I would just add that, students, I think, would prefer in-person activities if it allows for it. They really, like Jennifer said, just like the employers can engage with students more, students really appreciate the opportunity when companies do come to campus, and it's just a much more tangible, meaningful experience to them. So if that's possible, I think everyone would benefit. Of course, every company has its different policies with regard to COVID, and we understand that. But to the extent it's possible to make a trip to campus or have students come to you in person, all the more better.
My name is Robbie. I'm with the Tiker Construction in Sacramento. I was curious, you may have already touched on this. I've never actually had the opportunity to visit UOP's campus just myself as a recruiter and meet staff in person. Would it be possible if recruiters wanted to come just meet some staff and develop that relationship in person, we could do that?
Absolutely.
Cool.
And Michelle might want to talk about this also.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you're interested in meeting with faculty, or did you mean staff within our office, or did you mean like faculty within certain departments?
I would say your staff, and
Okay.
then like the engineering management team and some of that, the engineering staff would be great.
Yeah, we're totally open to it. Yeah, if you want to, I can reach out to you, so we can definitely set up a meeting in person. We can, walk you over to our engineering department and introduce you to some key folks over there as well, just
Cool.
to further engage and, get acclimated to campus. Yeah, so we're definitely open to that. So I can go ahead and reach out to you, and we can schedule something, and we can definitely take you out to lunch too. That's something we like to do just as hospitality for coming to campus. So
We'll do lunch, dinner, the whole thing. Sounds great. Maybe a ball game. Yeah.
If there's food involved, please add me to that list.
Right. Yeah. Food's involved. Yeah. Let's all go.
No, but all kidding aside, though, the engineering thing is something that we're very actively looking to, to network and get some UOP involvement. And I have been working with various faculty and whatnot. So I think, like Robbie just mentioned, yeah, it'd be good to maybe have a meet and greet with the staff and maybe develop those networks a little bit closer to ground level, if you will.
Definitely. Thank you.
Any last questions before we wrap up? Well, on behalf of the employer engagement team and Deb's team, we really want to thank you for attending this, and certainly look forward to, again, meeting with some of you in person and having you attend our career fair and other events on campus. This slide here is just a reminder with some details about the career fair, and we'll include that in the email follow-up that we'll be sending later today.
All right, and here's just some basic contact information. So you can always call our office at 946-2361. That is our main line, and somebody will connect you to your account manager. We'll also include our personal email as well. And then our general email is careerservices@pacific.edu. And be sure to follow us on our social media at UOP Career. We're always posting, so if you have a job opportunity you want to share, we post them on these channels. If we're doing any branding or promotion for your company, they will be featured on these social media platforms if you want to stay up to date with what we're doing and see a little bit more of our office. So that's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
So much.
Good to
Bye.
see you, Michelle.
Yeah, you too. Bye.